How's everyone doing? I'm out riding around, taking in the sights and sounds of this lovely countryside, wooded area I got near my house. Sun's about to fall below the horizon to my left, so we got pretty good lighting out here. This is absolutely gorgeous. Now today, oh look, it's Bambi. That was Bambi. Oh, Bambi was so cute. Anyhow, today, hopefully Bambi doesn't get hit. Today we're gonna talk about what you should start on as your first bike. It's a topic that's been beat by a dead horse, but maybe I have some insight. Maybe I have a slightly differing opinion. I tend to be fairly moderate in most of my views, neither too extreme or too conservative. In my opinion, start on whatever the fuck you want to start on. It's the state trooper, unmarked state trooper. He'd been eyeballing me all week. He just glared me down as I passed. That's because he can never catch me speeding, but he can hear me speeding, just can't quite catch me speeding. Sucker. Anyhow, yeah, start on whatever the fuck you want to start on. Really, seriously. Now, with that being said, not everyone should start on a leader bike. Not everyone should start on a 600 Super Sport. Not everyone wants to start on an 800-pound bike. I mean, it really all comes down to the individual person. You got maturity level. Some people are more mature than others at a given age. We got inherent skill or talent, if you want to use the proper term. Some people have more talent for riding motorcycles than others. The ones that have a lot of talent and a lot of maturity tend to be the ones that can get on a 1000 or a Super Sport and be a-okay. They have the maturity to rein in their riding to the point where they don't have to worry about them going too fast too soon. You know what I mean? Now, the ones that don't, they're the ones that'll hop on, ride for a week, and the next thing you know, they're trying to take a corner at like 120, and they wipe out. So it really depends on the individual. I myself started on a 250, a Ninja 250. Fantastic little bike. Handled well. It was a little bit slow. Had a little bit of pep. I mean, compared to a car, it had quite a bit of pep. Unless you get into the sports cars and all of that. But really, that's all you needed. It did its job. I learned how to ride, and even on that, I crashed. I mean, funny story on how I crashed. It was a completely new mistake. When I got the bike, it ran like shit because it's an old carbureted style engine. The owner I bought it from didn't empty the gas tank, so the carbs were all gummed up. So I went ahead, cleaned the carbs, rejetted them, put on a pod filter for a little bit more performance. I got it all together. I was so excited to go out and ride. Everyone knows that feeling. You got your bike, you just want to go ride. Got my license, I'm ready to go. I didn't even make it out of the neighborhood. I get to the first intersection. My uncle was with me, he was riding his Harley. He goes to take off when traffic clears. Then I go to take off, except I'm panicking because he's pulling further ahead and the gap is closing. So I'm panicking. Let's say I just let the clutch out a little too fast and gave it a little too much gas. ended up shooting across the intersection. I look to my left and right, cars coming, I'm freaking out. I look straight ahead, curbs coming up fast, so I dump it. I go sliding across the pavement about 10 feet on my stomach. Luckily, I was wearing gear, so I wasn't any worse for the wear. God, it's damp here. Gotta take this nice and slow. Wasn't any worse for the wear. My bike, however, was unrideable. Well, it was rideable, but I wouldn't ride it very far. I had snapped off the right rear set, which meant no rear brake. So instead of continuing on, I turned right back around, got it home, and I had to wait like a week for them to special order the rear set on the bike. Because of course they don't stock that stuff. But that was my experience. I rode that for a little bit. Maybe 5,000 some odd miles. Then I got rid of it. I wanted something bigger, something faster. Unfortunately, financial situation changed for the worse. I was in between jobs, couldn't afford another bike. Actually, so I ended up going without one for a couple years now. Finally, I was able to pick this bike up earlier this year. I already put another 5,000 miles on it. I have to say, I'm loving the increased displacement, the torque. Makes up for a lot. But it's not something that everyone can handle right off the bat as a new rider. And that's really all you have to take into consideration is, can you trust yourself to handle the bike that you bought? And that's the only thing you really got to ask yourself. If you don't think you can trust yourself to handle the bike, whether it's too heavy, too fast, too powerful, whatever, then maybe you should get something a little bit smaller. You know, it's always good to err on the side of caution. There's nothing wrong in that. But on the other hand, if you think you can handle it, if you think you can jump right onto that leader bike and you'll be a-okay, go for it. It's your money, your life. You got enough people around you trying to tell you what to do with your life. It's up to you, man. Do whatever you want to do. So yeah, that's all I got to say on that topic.